The microphone working. Everybody's here, and good evening. Wherever you are, I'd say good morning because that's some of you, but I don't know where that is. Good afternoon for a few of you, and I don't know where that is. Good evening. I know exactly who good evening is because I know where everybody is who's having a good evening. If you're not having a good evening, well, personally, that's on you. It's not on me. All I can do is wish that you have a good evening. That's it. Although that's the very thing I get mad about. I know you guys don't know that about me. You don't travel around in person with me. But I absolutely tell people, and they say, well, you have a great day, they say. This is true story. Ask Gen X mom when, let's say, a waitress says, okay, thank you very much, and how was you doing? And have a great day. I stop, and I turn around, and I say, why did you say that? And the waitress will say, why did I say what? Why did you tell me to have a great day? Do you realize that now I'm committed to having a great day? What the fuck is going on around here? God fucking bless with the... Where's the goddamn kid?
What?
How about there? Did we fix it? Am I good now? I got to tell you, get my framing set right here, and I do this, and everyone, the staff is going to be laughing at me, but fuck all you guys. What a fucking week! I know the kid did a stupid little intro, and he wasn't focused on me. You guys running some old bullshit thing from a long time ago. I know, I wasn't in charge of that. All right, so whoever got tricked watching an old live stream, was it an old one? He probably went back to one when I had no beard and stuff like that. It's just goddamn kids, I tell you. What a fucking week. What a goddamn week. I mean, when you do stuff like this and you go to Vegas, you do an event like this, there's always something's going to go wrong, isn't there? There's always something. And there wasn't. There was very few. I can think of one instance, one hiccup that just kept reoccurring, kind of a bump in the road that kept coming up. Other than that, it went flawlessly. I'm telling you, I don't mean to make you guys feel bad if you didn't go to this Gen X Talks meet and greet live event in Las Vegas. Yeah, I do. I'm trying to make you feel bad so you won't miss. That's exactly what I'm trying to do, is make you feel bad. Don't think for 1 second that I'm not going to pull out all the stops. I'm even going to invent stories that didn't happen just to make you feel bad that you didn't go. Because, well, let's face it, you should feel bad that you didn't go. And no one has an excuse. Mrs. Fort Watton had this thing about, well, it's my sister's and my sister's birthday, and I'm the one who takes care. You know, she could have brought him to Vegas. I mean, we could have done that. We could have had a birthday party for her sisters in Vegas. Could we not have done it? Yes, we could. So don't start with all the things you can and can't. Very easily, Mrs. Four, you could have been sitting right there next to me. We could have had a bunch of people entertaining your sisters, and you and I could have had a deep, romantic, candlelight conversation for hours on end, uninterrupted. Just you and I. I wanted that, Mrs. Four. I wanted that deeply. But no. I was stuck with Low Torque. I was stuck with Lion. Now, if you think those two jabronis are even going to come close to the level of attention that I was going to give you, you are sadly mistaken, my fine feathered friend. God, just thinking about what could have been and how I got stuck with it. This is no lie. All right, I'll tell you, this is no lie. There are so many pictures and so many stories. I won't get to them all tonight. I can't. There's no possible way. There's some stuff that's going to have to be for the podcast on Thursday. There's just some stuff. But I will tell you guys this. If you noticed the intro, that we added Josh, yes, and we added Ashley, if anybody's paying attention. They're on part of that now, plus the big message saying you fucked up and you missed Las Vegas, and now you're going to have to apologize, and you're going to have to go to the next one. And the next one is in Reno, and there's a good chance the Sun Valley Fox will make an appearance. Dr. McDreamy might show up, and I'm even working on getting, that's right, who? Can you guess who the third one is? Iceman from Bodfish, the greatest philosopher of the 20th century. There is a chance, it looks like, that all three might hit the trifecta. We might get all three of them up there along with some of the staff and yours truly and the kid. And Gen X Mom is always up in Reno. It's going to be a different type of gig, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're trying to set it up where we can do the whole private room thing again. Maybe not as huge. We don't need as big of a room, but it should be a lot of fun because there's some things we learned last year and we made some improvements. Some things we learned this year, we made some improvements, but other than that, I hope every one of you had a fine week. It's been a while since we've been here. We could not, I will say we could not pull off the live stream show, but goddamn, right in the middle, last Thursday, right in the middle of the staff dinner, the kid turns on the live stream on YouTube and starts passing the camera around to everybody. Oh, the creativity that people come up with when they're drunk. And Low Torque took the camera, he took the phone and started prancing through the restaurant. Only, he's skipping, he's prancing through the restaurant on the live stream, holding it. And he comes back and he passes the camera off to somebody else. And I said, dude, what were you doing? Oh, I was just, and his Rick Moranis, I just taking the camera and trying to show everybody what we're doing. I said, dude, you were prancing through a restaurant of people. Yeah, I know, it worked out pretty good, huh? No, you were holding a cell phone. All they could see was your face. Nobody knew if you were prancing or not. You just did that for everybody around you. Nobody on the live stream knew you were prancing. And you can see the dial tone go on in his head. And he's like, oh yeah, it could, that's it. Why? I bet I look silly jumping around like that. Yeah, quite a bit. I can't even low torque, man. If there was a center to the universe of Gen X Talks when we all go for some sort of event, if there's a center to the universe of someone who's got their fingers in the middle of everything, I guarantee it's low torque. Every story you tell has a low torque addition to it. There's a side note. There's something where you, in the middle of the story, you're like, and then low torque was doing this on every single thing. Now, I would call that overambitious. Maybe he deserves a pay raise. It's possible. But every single story that you got going on has a low torque moment tied to it somewhere. Let me go through the sheets over here. I'm not sure who's moderating. Who's moderating tonight? Who we got in here? I know Discord is shut down. Lionheart took care of that. Two Bear, Josh Maddox. I see some blue names. Lionheart swinging. We got 3 big blue wrenches swinging in there. All right, let's jump over here between the sheets. For those of you who don't know, I have another monitor over here, and this monitor has Google Sheets or Google Docs or whatever the dumb thing is. Anyway, Gen X Mom is in the other room. She's monitoring what you say. If you got something really cool to say, or you do a donation, if you do one of those the super chat things, whatever, they'll go right over to her, and then you're good to go. All right, Chris Titus, member for 1 month. I've missed this show so much, I started watching the old live streams. Well, Chris, you can't get the story arcs down. You can't understand the ebb and flow of this show unless you start back at the beginning. So you're probably 600 hours behind, but, call off work, take your vacation time, run it up the flagpole. You'll get right up there with us, Chris. John Stephenson, member for 6 months. Good evening, General. John, there's ranks are filling up behind, but there's enough room for you right now, I promise. Elizabeth Rojas, Dad, hey, handsome, I've missed you. Elizabeth, I missed you too. I was in Vegas for 5 days and nobody called me handsome. Well, unless I paid them to, but that's different. Adam Schneidelman, whiskey or bourbon or bone broth today? Well, it's funny you should say that because we learned something in Las Vegas that I can't even have a sip of Coca-Cola. One sip of Coca-Cola or Pepsi, and the ambulance comes, takes me away. All right. However, what we did learn is that I can have, in moderation, Jack Daniels. So I think I say I had 3 glasses of Jack Daniels, 3 shots of Jack Daniels. And as I was reciting that today to the staff, I said, well, let's remember, I can have a little Jack Daniels. I had 3 shots of Jack Daniels. Lionheart's like, no, dude, you had 2 at this place, a double shot at that place. Then we moved over to this bar and you had 2 more doubles. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I said 3. I've been convincing Gen X Mom I only had 3. I took 3 shots. I tolerated 3 shots. I'm good with that. And he's like, no, what you're missing, I'm shut the fuck up. Everybody else on the staff thread was going 3 shots, General. Got you 3 shots. We got your bag. Lionheart's all, I wrote this shit down as if I was Mrs. Forwatton and you had 11 shots over 2 bars. I'm like, fuck. So to the return of the bottom of the Glass Nation, I will partake once for you guys. I don't like drinking alone. If you want me to drink alone, I will. But this is for you guys. Just very little. But for you guys, I will sacrifice my body, mind, and soul as any good trained broadcast professional would. It'd end his life right on here. This is for you guys. Absolutely the best bar ever. And I have to tell you guys, I missed you guys more than you missed me. I promise you. This one for you guys. All right. Mrs. Forwatton, General, hello, handsome man. Hello. I feel bad enough on my own about Vegas. My sister ended up having a heart attack on her birthday. Wow. Now I'm going to take back everything I said, Mrs. Ford, because if you had gone to Vegas and she would have gotten sick there, you'd have blamed me. I hope she made it. You didn't say she passed away. So I'm glad you were there for her. I am. And I'll leave you alone, Mrs. Ford. But I want you to know, Mrs. Forwatton, there was a few of you on here. Mrs. Forwatton was one of them. That as we all got into our drunken stupors at time to time, we brought up names in here of people that we're familiar with. We missed you guys. None of us, I wasn't doing the live streams. Nobody was moderating. We had each other there, which was great. But I want you to tell, there's an element when you get used to doing a program, you get used to hanging out with people. There's something you miss when it's not there. And that's the truth. Mrs. Four, we missed you. We really did. Ashley Beth Crawford, Mrs. ABC General, you're looking extremely handsome this evening. Mrs. ABC, would you like to know why? Ashley Beth Crawford, would you like to know why you are attracted to me a little bit more than normal? because I partially broke a solemn vow to Mrs. Ford Watton. Partially. And I delicately feathered part of my beard together so it wasn't so scruffy before we went to Vegas. Now, I'm going to try to turn this down to about 3, but it's going to feel like it's up around 8. That's how it comes across. Just like in the movies, when you're on the movie screen, it adds 10 pounds. Well, when I'm on the live stream, I turn the camera on, it adds 3 to the handsomeness. All right? See, Ashley, what I did right there for you, Miss ABC? Yeah. Yeah, thinned that out just a little bit, trimmed it back. No. You might not even have noticed. If I hadn't said something, you might have been so entranced, you might not even have noticed. So I had to bring it up. I felt obligated to let you girls know what you're up against tonight, and I'm sorry for that. But it is what it is. Now, if you feel like you're getting a little too close to the screen, you get a little bit too hypnotized. As soon as you bump your nose into your monitor, you'll come to. You can back up a little bit. Just look around. Make sure nobody saw you do it. It's okay. Happens all the time. Do not be embarrassed. All right. Michelle M., welcome. I said it all with a straight face. Shut up. Just a tiff. I enjoyed the intro to the live. The kids intro about the old live being the intro, and then I came on with the new intro. I don't know what you're saying there. Michelle M., welcome. I'm an extra. Everybody say hello to Michelle. Welcome her to the fold. Matrix, definitely missed it. I'm on workman's comp right now, and I have to see my mom with Alzheimer's soon. One day, I'll meet you, and we will party on. Matrix, I'm going to hold you to that, my fine feathered friend. Daryl Henderson, welcome. He's an extra. We got 2 in here. This one is... Now, see, I'm going to fuck that up. Is that Leo Momi? Leo Mom E? Lamomi? Leo? Fuck, I screwed that up. Welcome, he's an extra. Leo's in. Sweep dreams. What's the most interesting part of Vegas for you guys? Well, when Gen X Mom and I go, we people watch. We go to a show. We go to dinners at different places, try new restaurants, and we listen to people's conversations and what they're doing and how they got there. We make new friends with stuff like that. Totally different than what we did with the Bottom of the Glass Nation. Let me assure you. Jay Matthews just found Yellow Shannon. Hello from the great state of Texas. Jay, you're in good company. There's hundreds of people that watch from down there. I love people from Texas. Drop them. Hope the wedding was absolutely perfect. Congratulations, Loud and Chush. I wasn't even going to get to much of the wedding tonight because there were so many things that went along. I could do an hour just on the wedding. Yes, Loud One and Chush got married. It was beautiful. All the ladies were dressed in purple. Chush's parents were there. Loud One, I'm not going to say he fucked it up, but he was nervous. He's nervous. Well, I mean, of course you're going to be nervous. You're marrying a pretty girl, and you're doing it in front of everybody, and you can't fuck it up. You get one shot. When you're the groom, you get one shot to say the right vows, say the right thing, and not look like an asshole. I fucked it up. Wanted you to know I fumbled all the way through it on when I got married. Loud One did way better than me, but I'm not going to say he rose to the occasion because to get to the level that Chush was at, now, I don't think any of us as men could ever get there. Someone have to give him a 3.5. He gets a 10 for effort, but, it was Loud One. Come on, he's not ever going to get it. Chush is way up here. I mean, the only problem I saw with Chush in this whole thing, and I think we would all agree, anyone who were in the room when they got married, we would all agree, it's like, now we question her judgment. I mean, she picked Loud One out of all the people. I tell you, that's like picking me or picking Lion. I mean, what woman in their right mind picks any of us? No, they're all out of their goddamn mind. So I don't know how he did. I'm not sure what lies he told her, but it worked, and she was there. She was dressed. It's over now. It doesn't matter anymore. If she figures out today, it's like, holy shit, what have I done? No. Paperwork signed. We're done. Rings are exchanged. We're done. It's over. You can't go back now, Chush. You should have seen Loud Ones beaming ear to ear with smiles going, I got her. Well, when you win first prize, of course you're excited about that shit. Oh, just a tiff. Member for 10 months, Bottom of the Glass Nation. Much love to the Gen X Talks family. Did you get your gift I gave Gen X Mom to give you? I told you more about it in a PM on Discord. Looking handsome as always. Yes, I did. Please keep in mind that there was a few things that we picked up. I can't get them all tonight. Remember, we got a Tuesday show, we got a Thursday show, and we got a Saturday show. and I'm going to get to everybody's things that they gave us and did the stories that behind them. That's an amazing thing. All right, so Gen X Mom is chiming in my ear. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Hello, everyone. We missed you. We have a PayPal tonight from Mark Wiedow, $50. Glad to see the general feeling better. $25 to the Green Label Fund.
Ooh.
And $25 for the Wine or Table Fund.
Yeah, neither one of those. Not the wine or the table fund. What kind of a table do you want to get? I'm getting her a little card table from Kmart, and that's all she gets. No one specified what kind of table I had to get Gen X Mom after I was done destroying this one. No one specified what the rules were, so I can go get her a card table from Kmart, throw a plastic little cover on it, folding chairs that don't match, and we're back to my grandma's house in 1975. Crystal Q, good evening, General. So did you bet red or black? Well, Crystal, that's an interesting question, which does have an interesting answer. I finally go to, like as you know, I went to the roulette table, and I don't like, I like the roulette table that's the automatic one, okay? The ball spins, the computer does it, then the ball spins again, computer does it, because I like to read the last 20 or 30 numbers played. Now, this isn't scientific, this is just me. So Lotork sits down next to me, and he's like, so this is what you've been talking about all this time? I said, yeah, let me explain this to you. So Lotork sits down. I said, now look at all those numbers that have come up. How many black ones and how many red ones? And we're looking at tons of black ones. In fact, the last 7 numbers that have appeared, that have rolled with the ball, have been black. So I tell him, what do you think is coming any minute now? A red number. He goes, right, probably a red number. And the next 2 or 3 spins, red, because there's like 7, 8, 9, 10 of them that have all been black in a row. I said, now look at all these black numbers that have come up. They're all really high numbers. They're in the top 2/3 of all these numbers. Did 1 through 12 come up? He goes, no, there's no 1 through 12 numbers. So now what are we thinking? It's going to be red, right? And it's probably going to be a low number over here, like 1 through 12, 1 through 13, wouldn't you say? And he's like, oh, yeah, I see what you're doing. Because look at all these. You can see the last 40 numbers. And the last 20 or 30 of them have all been black. They've all been high numbers. We're due. We're due for some low numbers, and we're due for a red number. So now I say, let's bet heavy on red. Let's bet heavy on these first third of numbers, the whole group, red or black. And then let's put some bets on all the red low numbers. And sure enough, next round comes, doesn't hit, but then one after that, same bet on here, it does. And, you quadruple your money. Now, we were only paying 50 cents and $1 and $2 and stuff like that. So instead of making, $4,000, you're making $40. But the idea, I wasn't trying to do it to try to gamble it and build it. I just want to play. So I take a $20 bill and I sit there and with my method, I just go through and I look at the numbers. Now, I like being able to sit there and let 4 or 5 spins go by where I don't bet. I want to see what the new trend is. I want to see which way we're going. If you're at the live table with the live dealer, you can't do that. The dealer says bet or get out. I say, well, I'm just sitting here watching. No, you're going to then watch from the sidelines. Get the fuck out of that chair. So you can't do it. So you can't just sit there. You can at the automatic one. You can rate out, talk to your buddy, grab a drink, do your stuff. All right. So I clearly take 30 minutes and I show Lotork my secret. And I even prove to him it works. So I got my $20, I'm doing my thing, and Lotork says, oh, all right, this is good. So, he puts it in there, and he starts doing it. Now, he does his own version. He's got his own calculations, but he's got the premise down. And it's solid, and it's flawless. I mean, you really would have to be the most unlucky motherfucker on the planet to have this not work. And you can run your $20 up to, $200 and just sit there, and it's just fun playing. And so we go on at it like this. And I played for a long time, my $20, and finally my $20 was up. And I had good entertainment. It was fun. I get up and walk away. And he's still playing. So now the lucky bar is right in the center. It's where everybody is. And Gen X Mom's there, and Lion's there, and his wife's there. Everyone's sitting there. So we go over there, and I hunker down over there, get a drink, and start. And this motherfucker Lotork, using my strategy the first time he learned it, sat there and ran his money up like you wouldn't fucking believe, and was playing as long as he wanted. I'm like, God damn it, I should get a kickback for something. I told him the strategy. I just taught it to him. He comes over, he's got, got handfuls of beers and tickets falling out of his pockets. And I'm like, what are you doing? He says, hey, man, thanks for showing me your stuff. It's a really good system, man. It worked really well. Just got to be patient. Look at some stuff going on. It's a lot better if you see what's going on around you with their betting, too, because the computer knows whatever. Shut the fuck up. Just sit down. But, boy, he got the message across to everybody in the room that he learned my system and did it better than me by a lot. It wasn't even fucking close. I mean, of all he could have come back and said, oh, thanks for teaching me that. I'm going to have to do a little more practice. Maybe you could teach me a little bit more because I'm not very good at it. You know what would have made me feel good? No, he comes back with beers and fucking tickets and I look like an asshole. More than usual. Yeah. No, it's possible. I can look more worse than this. Is it more worse? I could look worse than this. There's no more worse. How much have I been? I only had one drink, right? I could look worse than that. Anyway, this asshole could look like a bigger asshole, and Low Torque made it happen. He's on probation at staff here now. We're getting ready to do a silent auction and get rid of him. That motherfucker's getting voted off the island. Okay. So, Crystal, that answers your question. That gives you the whole strategy. Brandon Mitchell, member for 10 months. He's an extra. Thank you very much. I hope you guys are checking these new people showing up or the ones that are re-upping. Insurmountable Calicut. Hey there, handsome General. Vegas looks so amazing. How are you doing? I made it all the way. Cali, I made it all the way through the weekend. I did all the events. I did all the conversations. I walked around a lot. I pushed Gen X Mom some. There was a bunch where people were pushing me around in the chair, but I did everything I was supposed to do. And then I just collapsed on Sunday night. We were supposed to go to the Neon Museum, and everybody did. Everybody but me went to the Neon Museum. I just all of a sudden I got sick. I was sitting with Low Torque in the lobby lounge. Kind of, we're getting everybody together, and we're getting ready to head over there. They even pushed me outside to get the car, and I just couldn't do it. I barely made it back up to the room. In fact, I got to the stairs and was going up, and all of a sudden, Low Torque appears on my floor. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? He goes, I'm just making sure. I forget what he said. He goes, just making sure you get to your room. And I'm dying. I'm just sweating, and I don't feel good. I'm walking slow. I'm pushing my wheelchair, as leverage, and I'm dying, just trying to get to the fucking room. And I'm trying to get rid of him. I'm trying to tell him, get the fuck out of here. I'm fine. I can make it to the room. He said something like, well, I'm sticking around because the instructions I got came from a higher authority than you. So I think Gen X Mom told him I was hobbling my way back to the room. But I did get there, but I was not in good shape. Had a really tough night on Sunday night. Got up, kind of squared myself up, propped myself up with meds, and drove everybody home. Got everybody home okay. And then last night was okay, but today I had some running around to do, and I got it mostly out of my system. Callie, I'm here. I wasn't going to miss tonight. It was too important. I missed you guys way too much. I really did. But I did the whole thing. I made it all the way through to the very end. I only missed one event, so I felt pretty good about that. I really did. Where are we? Matrix member for 2 months. Beautiful Disaster. Thank you, Gen X Talks. It was an amazing week. I loved getting to know all of you and looking forward to seeing you all again. Much love from this Oklahoma girl. Beautiful Disaster was one of my greatest disappointments this week. And I say that with as much love as I can muster in my voice. Ren, Beautiful Disaster, was one of my greatest disappointments. I thought she was going to be a much better kisser than she was. Now I'm fucking with you guys. That's not what happened. I kept at situations where we were all together, I kept connecting with her, saying we should spend some time talking, which I did with lots of people. We should just 30 minutes where we could just talk. And she's like, I want to do that too. And then it just never happened. I kept thinking, okay, I got tomorrow. Okay, we could do it tomorrow. And then it never fucking happened. And I am so disappointed that she was on my bucket list. I just wanted to spend a little more time. Specifically, we've talked off and on, and I just missed that. So that was my fault. I do apologize, and I owe both of us that time, Ren. I really do. I Hate Fucks, member for 9 months, Bottom of Glass Nation. Vegas looked fun. Hope you guys had a good showing. Keep up the good work. Well, I promise you, there are some situations where people will be talking, going, aha, those Gen X Talks assholes. Phoenix Common Star. Marcus, only things I drank were cranberry juice, grapefruit juice, Sierra Mist. I'm such an angel boy. Yeah, but you're also an asshole, Common Star. You're just too smart for your own britches, and we're going to get to that guy in a little bit. He's one of the stories I'm telling tonight. And if I can make him feel bad and cry and turn off his computer, you goddamn bet I'm going to, because he fucked me. I mean, I don't get fucked around with easily, and he did it. And once again, Low Torque was right there poking the bear and pushing the buttons, making it all seem believable, you fuckers. Brandon Mitchell, $5 for the 8-bit fund. Hey, Brandon, he's going to need it because he just remembered today he has his winter formal dance on Saturday. He has the girl, but he hasn't fixed his car up. He hasn't rented his tux. He hasn't secured the flowers, the brooch, the cummerbund, or whatever they fucking do these days. He's got none of it figured out. And he tried to figure out his money. He blew most of his money in Vegas having fun. I'm like, what are you supposed to do now? You're almost out of cash, motherfucker. So you guys want to donate $5 is to his. I completely forgot about that till you said that. Yeah, he's got a winter formal on Saturday, and this is Tuesday. So he's scrambling, making phone calls. He came home from school today, grabbed some food, was helping set some stuff up. But he's making phone calls. He's in panic mode right now. That dude's going to go there in one of my suits. He's going to have to bungee cord it to make it fit because it's so big. Wouldn't that be a sight? Oh, Six Gun, $10. Cheers, General. Glad you're all back from Vegas safely. Glad to catch a live stream after being beaten at work all day. Well, hope that wasn't physical. Hope nobody jumped your ass. I'm hoping the work was just tough. That'd make me feel better. Journey to, not sure what that is. Population 1 in virtual reality. This is the first live stream of Small Talk I have ever encountered. Yeah, I know. The dude's name is Journey. I know. I'm supposed to have an agenda. I get yelled at from big live streamers all the time. Don't read the comments. Stick to your topic. And this is what it is. That's a good description. It's small talk. It's just what's going on. We do get to conversations about what's going on in the world. It's just this one's going to be all about what happened in Vegas, because Vegas was something that just happened for us. But we do talk politics. We do talk religion. We do talk current affairs and local things that go on. We got stuff like that we do. But normally, no, you're right. It's a small talk. It's the small talk. That's what it is. And I know nobody else does that kind of stuff. Nobody else gives a shit, but we do. It's fun for us. It's stories about things going on in real people's lives, and we're part of it. I hope that doesn't scare you away. I hope that draws you in a little bit. Joseph Stockless, welcome. He's an extra. Hope everybody tells Joseph to be welcome. Pull up a chair, Joseph, and just sit down. You don't got to do anything but just relax. All right. Steve Sullivan, love the channel. I hope boomers are welcome too. Absolutely they are. Low Torque, have I told you recently where my wife hits me when I talk too much? Fuck. Yeah, goddamn stories on that shit. I know. I got so much stuff written down. We could talk for 3 live streams on all this shit. Ace Jumpman, $20. General, glad you're feeling better. Mrs. 4, also glad to hear your sister's doing well. Yeah, me too. That's going to bother me until we hang up here and I text Mrs. 4 and go, you okay? Is she okay? What happened? I know. It's in the back of my mind. I'm sorry. Matrix, yo. A bridal party is supposed to concur with marriage, and they're supposed to remain present to help the new couple. Now it's turned into dresses, makeup, hair, and nothing more a performance. Yeah, I promise you, the bridal shower, not the shower, what are they called? Bridal party, I guarantee they stuck around and helped her, because the rest of the night, those same girls is all I saw that the rest of the night. I'm telling you, it went from the bridal shower to the proposal to the marriage and the event and right into the reception all at once. It was a good deal. Oh, Hamel bands, I want to be like your son when I grew up. Hamel bands, I want to be like your son when I grew up. Yeah. Hamel bands, not sure anything about you, but I'm going to tell you right now, you need to set your sights a little higher. In fact, a lot higher. If you want to grow up and be like my son, considering my idiot son hasn't grown up yet, what the fuck? You're like shooting for the middle. When you grew up, you want to be a 12-year-old in a 17-year-old's body? Pick something better, my fine feathered friend. You can do better than that. Barry Dano, our favorite guy to ship to in Canada, $5. Did you teach him or give him a seminar because seminars usually cost 40%. Oh, low torque. Oh, and roulette. No, yeah. Now he recorded and played it back like a TED talk. I heard those were free. So I should have, though. I should have charged him 10% of whatever he made that night. The miserable. Oh, where am I at here? Lead Alive. Hey, everyone. General, I love your logic. New subscriber here. Now, you guys better welcome her. Subscribers are hard to come by. We lose 200,000 every day. It's amazing we're still in business. Disney Mama Shammy Joe, the Sugar Mama, member for 5 months, bottom of the glass station. Just stopped by to say I love you and miss you already. Now back to Disneyland for me and Trippy. Yeah, I had a date. Remember, I had a date in Vegas with Sugar Mama Sammy Joe, Disney Mama, Sugar Mama Sammy Joe, and Gen X Mom had a date with Lord Crispy. Yes, you get updated on how those went. Robert London, I had a stallion born 3 days ago when you were in Vegas, and guess what I named him? I called him General. Oh my God! Please, I would like a picture. Can I just? I'll little frame it and put it in but the new studio's coming, and that would be a really good thing to have. Thank you for that, Robert. Far out. There's a horse is named after. Now, he didn't say a horse's ass. Don't start going down that road. He said a stallion, baby. A stallion. I'm good stock. That's a cool story, man. I don't care what you think. That's fucking awesome. Ashley Beth Crawford, member for 10 months, bottom of the glass nation. Wish we could have been in Vegas. It sounds like it was a blast. Yes, General. I noticed the bear trim. See? I knew she did. Oh, John Steffen said $20. Been a while since I was able to catch a live stream and do this. John, we miss you when you're not around. You always got cool shit to say. Gwendolyn Keith. Gwendy from Louisiana here. This is my first live chat. Gwendy, if this is your first live stream, if this is our first date, just sit back and relax. I'll do all the work. That'll be easy for you, I promise. All right, so I'm done with the done between the sheets for now. I'm not going back right away. There was stuff. Where was the stuff in here? All right, so now we can get to what I had to say. I've been thinking and writing and creating and doing stuff. I had a lot of weird stuff to get to today. You get all caught up when you get back home, you know. At first, we had to deal with the eviction notice because we didn't pay rent. That was a big deal. I just hoarded my wife out for about half an hour and everything was settled. The landlord was happy with that, so I can't complain too much. You know, when things work out at a decent cost and a decent price, you can't be too upset. All right, let's dump that. Let's move that. Where is my book of lies? I wrote down a whole book of lies, some bullshit I was going to tell you guys, and here it is. All right, so I do apologize to all of you that a lot of these stories have to do with someone and low torque, but that's just the way they come up. I didn't plan them that way, but I want to tell you one that was just this. This will give you the idea. I could tell you, you know, low torque sat around there telling dad jokes. Now, he straight faces them too. He doesn't enunciate them. He doesn't repeat the punchline. He just throws it out there straight face. And if you don't get it, you don't get it. He moves right along with the next one. He is unashamed. He'll tell you he's got 200 or 300 of them ready to go, memorized at all times. And Lionheart's wife and him just were absorbing and going back and forth with dad jokes, locked off in their own fucking world. So everything that Low Torque did had that dad joke vibe to it. Imagine everything that was either super funny or super fucked up. You have Low Torque sticking his head in. He goes, just, hey, you see what happened there? You see what we did there? That was good, right? Everything. There is some seriously stupid shit going on. Everyone's having a good time. And we got one jabroni rolling in with his dad humor going, oh, you got that, right? That was something, I tell you. He did it all fucking weekend, 5 days of that kind of shit. One day he said, oh, I think I should go home tomorrow. And everybody said, whoa, you want me to help you pack? Hey, get your stuff. Let me get to call you a cab. What do you need there, buddy? Tell you what, goddamn Low Torque and shit. So I lived in Vegas a long, long time ago. In a galaxy far, far away. And so we had some time to kill, a couple hours between events and dinner or events and lunch or something. So I decided to drive everybody right down the strip because Lion and his wife had never been down the strip. I think who was with us? Josh. I think Josh Maddox was with us. I don't think he'd been down the strip. Anyway, so we just drove down, and I was giving him some history on some stuff, some things in Vegas from when I was there that I remembered. Plus, I was throwing in some personal innuendos. And we got to one intersection, and we're kind of at the north end of the strip. We weren't quite to what used to be called Vegas World, Bob Stupak's tower, you know, the big needle. We're getting close to it, and the lights in Vegas on the strip last forever. So we're sitting there, and all of a sudden I remembered right at this very intersection, I was coming the other way. It was on a Saturday or something, and middle of the day when I was driving. I remember I was driving a 1989 red Mercury Topaz. I had a dark red Mercury Topaz with dark red plush interior. I was a pimp. I was a pimp with a 4-cylinder automatic and air conditioning that barely worked in Las Vegas. And I pulled up to that intersection at opposite of where we were at the time. So I'm describing. I said, yeah, right there, right across there at that intersection. And I was sitting right there coming at us, waiting for the light to turn green. And I'm sitting there, and my windows are down because it's hot. And it's right next to, I guess it was a bus station. And I pulled up there, and I'm waiting. There's a hooker, and she's sitting at the bus. And believe me, I don't have to describe. How did you know it was a hooker? If you don't fucking know what I'm talking about, leave the channel because you are on the wrong live stream. Just don't go Google it, figure it out for yourself. When you grow the fuck up, have a shot of whiskey, come back, then you can participate. Are we all on board? Good. Glad you're coming along. Okay. So I was sitting there, and I said, yeah, this hooker was right there. It's a hooker story, but it really wasn't a big story. And I said, all of a sudden, she got in the car. She just walked over from I was in the first lane right there. She picks up her purse and her stuff and gets off the bus bench, walks over. Before I look over, and she's opening the door, gets in the car, and sits down. I'm like, the fuck you doing? And she starts talking. I said, yeah, I got what you're talking about, but you got to get the fuck out of my car. And the light was so long. We had this whole conversation, and she was like, no, I'm telling you. It's like, yeah, I know. Put your tits away. I got it. Long conversation to get the fuck. So she finally does. She gets out, and I go on my way, and that's just an interesting story. It's all that happened. And of course, we're talking in the car like, wow, couldn't believe she did. Yeah, just right in front of you, opened the door, got right in like that. And then the conversation gets quiet for 3 seconds, and Low Torque is looking out the window, and he goes, I hate aggressive salespeople. Where the fuck how does anyone reply to that when someone aggressive salespeople, that's your gentle euphemism for how you're going to describe the fuck you talking about? She's not a sales, well, she is, but she's aggressive, well, a little forward. I said, fuck. So now we're all stuck laughing our asses off trying to figure out how to unwind, but this is his dad humor. This is the shit we put up with all fucking week. Were these oddball little. He waited just long enough for us to. The whole car was silent for about 2 seconds, and staring out the window, he deadpans it, man. He fucking deadpans it. He says these things. It just I can't tell you in here to make it funny enough at what happened in the moment, and he nails those things. In the staff dinner, sorry, Low Torque, but I don't know. I'm on a Low Torque roll, man. We're having a staff dinner. Everybody's drinking. We're well into the evening. In fact, the staff part of the dinner is gone. It's over. And now we're just drinking. We're going through the last part of dinner. Dessert's coming. Everybody's still drinking. Now, I'm sitting. I might even have a picture of it. Let me see. This would be worth it if I had a picture of it. Hang on a second. Let me see. And let me see if I can find this one here. That's the wheelchair one. She's off. Well, while I'm on this one, this is the one that because everybody knows it as Low. This is Low Torque, and as he goes around, he's like, "Okay, so I'm sorry, I got to go, guys. I got to do this. And I hate aggressive sales." He talks and acts like Rick Moranis from Little Shop of Horrors, or from Ghostbusters, or Honey, I Shrunk the Kid. That's so. And everyone got so drunk and they got tired of calling him Rick Moranis, so now his name was Rick Moranis. So. Just so you guys know, it went to Rick Moranis. That was the thing. Anyway, all right. So I got to find that picture. There was a picture of the deal. If I got it up here, maybe I got it. Maybe I didn't. Did I even put one up there? We got one, right? I don't think I got one of that dinner. Can you believe that? Of all the shit I got on there, I didn't put one in there of our Gen X talks. I got one of the other one of our staff dinner. Can you believe that? How did I fuck that up? Okay, I got one. Let me see if I can get it in there real quick here. Did I get that in there? Stand by, citizens. I know it was a long fucking day. Okay, here it is. Let me get that word in a good spot where you guys can see it. This is our staff dinner where everybody's fucking around, okay? And everybody's drinking. Now let me just zoom into the point that matters. Okay, so you guys can see me sitting in the back center, and then Gen X Mom is on my left, and Low Torque is next to her. This is how the evening went. This is how everybody was set, and so the forms of communication were like this. So all of a sudden, Low Torque is leaning forward, and he's telling this story, and he's talking to, I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. It's like talking about how his wife kicks him in the shin when he tells his dad jokes, when he tells his dad stories. So he's sitting there, he's using his hands, and he's talking, he's going on like this, and he goes, yeah, I keep getting, it's really painful when she hits me. He reaches over to Gen X Mom's knee. You can see her knee in the picture. He reaches over. He starts stroking from her knee down. He goes, yeah, she hits me right about here on my leg. Sometimes it's way down here. Sometimes it's up here. Right about here in this spot, he's doing one of these. And right about here is when it really hurts the worst. And moves on. Not even 30 seconds later, someone's talking to him. And she goes, oh, yeah, it really hurts when I get hit here. My wife hits me. She tells the next person down the table. First, she tells Lion. Now she's telling Lion's wife. She's telling Val. And I look over. He goes through 4 times. He tells this fucking story. And now he's been rubbing on Gen X Mom's leg for about 25 minutes. And I'm like, I said, hey, dude, are you going to fucking tell that stupid story one more time? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to depict it accurately. I just need you to know that, that it's right here. I said, yeah, I heard you. I got it. We all know. You just are going around the table repeating the story so you can fondle my wife's leg. No, that's not it at all. I said, are you going to wait and tell some stranger the story at 3 a.m. and have to drag them up to my room and knock on the door? Hey, can I borrow your wife for a minute? I got to tell a story about my wife hitting me in the shin. I go, you're distracting everybody so that you can rub her leg again. Now, this should have been a point of concern, but everybody's so drunk, we're laughing our asses off. And so what does this guy do? He's straight-faced. He goes, he points over. You see where Lion is. You see where Kid Z is. Where Gen Z Kid is and Lion is. Right? You see him. He points over their head, okay, across the table, goes, hey, look at those lights on the wall. They look very Victorian, sort of like they're from Pirates of the Caribbean. We all turn to look at these fucking lights. I don't know why. There's 3 lights on the wall behind Lion. Now all of us are staring at these lights, and all of a sudden it dawns on me. He's touching my wife again. So I turn back real quick, and he snaps back. I go, what'd you do that time? Feel her boob? Because I don't know what you're talking about. I look over my wife, and I go, did you just make a noise? Did you go whoop? Did you make a noise? Because if I think he touched your boob, because now we're thinking everything this motherfucker does, he's trying to distract us from something. So every time everybody's drinking, as soon as he says look at something, we all try to look the other way to see what he's fucking doing. Because he does this the whole time. This is what the whole fucking thing was. Every time we turned around, there was shit like this going on. I'll show you the rest of this picture just so you can see who's there. And there's 2 empty chairs. See the 2 empty chairs for Ash. See Ash, Mrs. Big Rig, and 2 Bears, empty chairs. They didn't make it. Josh Maddox is in the picture. And you got to remember, if you think about, Josh just got on staff. He just got on staff. So he's in the staff dinner. All the shenanigans are starting to build and go on. We have a Colorado Russian for a waiter, which is a whole other story. Low Torque, the kid just starts the live stream. Low Torque's running around the restaurant, skipping, prancing through the restaurant with his camera. Going on, and Josh is looking around going, what the fuck did I just get myself into? He's literally going, you guys are fucking weird, man. And I mean really weird, because I'm not even scratching the surface of the debauchery that was going on. So yes, they was talking about Low Torque and his deadpan stuff. And he uses some shit to cop a feel, I think. And since I didn't catch him, I can't really go beat him up over it. But I am suspicious because, my wife had kind of a look like, ooh, like that was a surprise. Somebody just grabbed my boob. And let's see, Gen X Mom chiming in. Turn the microphone on. Yes, dear.
We received a PayPal from Jody. Actually, Gen Z Kid did $10 for the winter formal fun. From Jaylin.
From Jalen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$10.
I had your microphone off. You were there, and you're still laughing at the story.
I was chuckling when you were
You were
reading.
there. It shouldn't have been funny to you because you're hearing it for the second time. But you're laughing in my ear. I can hear her in there. So would you like to come clean right now, Gen X Mom, and just answer that question? Would you like to answer yes or no? Did Low Torque cop a feel when he had all of us looking at the Pirates of the Caribbean lamps?
No, he didn't, but I do believe he touched my leg again.
You boob believe? Is that what you said?
No, and Low Torque wrote in the live chat, I would never touch a boob unsolicited. I hate aggressive sales, remember? I really thought the lights were cool. Scout's honor.
Who the shit fucking cares about lights at a restaurant? They were the most generic lights.
Everybody's saying how funny it was when Low Torque was walking around with the camera. He took off.
He took off in the restaurant. He took off and he's going like this. Well, come on, come with me. And he's prancing. Only you guys couldn't see the prancing. All you guys saw was his head moving up and down.
But he went to the whole other side of the restaurant.
And then and speaking of that, Gen X Mom, you're still on air. They, the Colorado Russian was starting to loosen up. Because he was like, I'm going to go into film. I'm going to make film. Not that kind of film. I know what you're thinking. Not that kind of film. But I'm going to go into film. And so he was loosening up. And I said, what do you think about America? He says, well, there's things that I do not like about America at all. And I said, all right, well, it's a free country. Come on, tell us what you don't like. And I thought he was going to go into some political or religious thing. He goes, this whole notion that you must work for the man and punch the clock, and then you punch the clock and you tick tock and you make your money, and then you must find a wife. Then you find a wife and you must have 3 children, and then you have the 3 children, and you must keep working for the man and punch the clock to raise the children and keep your wife happy. I don't like that part of America. I don't like it. That you have to do that. I said, then don't fucking do it, man. And he looked at me with these big eyes. I go, you don't have to do that. Who the fuck told you that? Do you think that was how you get into this country? You get to be a citizen as you memorize the Pledge of Allegiance, you recite the preamble of the Constitution, you raise your right hand, and as soon as you're done, you have to go get a wife and 3.4 kids? Well, it's expected. I go, by who? I said, look around this room. First of all, how many? And I pointed to the staff. I said, you think any of these fuckers could get married and have 3.5 kids? You think any of them can hold down a real job for longer than 5 months? I go, it doesn't happen, man. You just do you, baby. That's the beautiful part about being American. You can do whatever you want. Then I make the film, he says. I'm going to make the film. Not those kind of films. I said, what kind of He goes, not the ones where you see the sex. I go, okay, you don't want to make pornos. No, not that. I want to make the film. I said, go make the film then. Go on now, go do it. So he was extremely happy. He loosened up until Low Torque ran across the restaurant screaming the dude's name. He was a Colorado Russian. So that's really weird. Colorado Russian screams his name. Once he finds the guy, and the guy realizes, Low Torque pulls the camera way out here. He goes, hey, buddy, come here. And he puts his arm around him. Boy, that dude got sober in a New York minute. He pulled up. Yes, he did his face and his hair and straightened out his shirt with his button-down shirt, and he's looking at like he was being interviewed for 60 minutes. That dude he was all business. Low Torque's trying to loosen him up. He says, whoa, what do you think of it? Oh, I think, yes, very nice and good stuff. Yes, Gen X talk, very funny. That's vodka for everyone. I mean, Low Torque could, because as soon as that camera went on, that fucking guy was in the director's chair. He knew that he was being filmed. He didn't know what he's going to use it for. But let's face it, when a dude like Low Torque, who sounds like Rick Moranis from Ghostbusters, comes prancing across a crowded restaurant calling your name, while you're working on the clock, you you got to give things a second thought. You got to all of a sudden understand how your day started. You did not think it was going to end up like this. Colorado Russia Mike, you did not think your day was going to end up like it did. Oh, shit. All right. If I'm going to pour a drink right now, I'm going to pour one to Low Torque. That motherfucker is taking a beating tonight on this, but he absolutely... You guys need to raise one to Low Torque right now. You do. You got to raise a glass of Low Torque.
I have a PayPal.
That motherfucker. Yeah, you're still on air. We heard you. Hang on.
Oh,
a second.
okay.
I forgot to turn your mic
Oh,
off.
thanks.
Well, I'm drinking. Low Torque, my man, I love you. And I'm telling you, every story's about you in one fashion or another. But you were the glue, baby, that whole weekend. Thank God you were there. This one's for Low Torque. Look at Low Torque. Look, man, you're not drinking alone, buddy.
And then Josh Maddox said, and especially after telling the manager about our Russian.
Telling that. Oh, wait, was that the one where I told the manager that he was bad or something?
Yes.
Oh, what's your PayPal?
It is from Loud One, $20. He says, considering the kid won one race out of 3 and got in the top 10 fastest laps at go-karts, this can help him this weekend. He can work out how he's going to pay me for my 2 wins in our races and my win in the other race. Oh, and my fastest lap out of anyone for the day and a top 10 time in a dual seater with a passenger. He wrote all that.
Well, because Loud One is pissed. Because Loud One said, after the race, they all went out to the Vegas Speedway. They rented cars and they raced around the track. And so the kid comes back, and of course, Gen Z kid, I'm his father. I'm like, well, son, how did you do? Dad, had a great time. It was so much fun. I won first place. I was the 8th fastest or the something 8th fastest lap of the week or something. I said, oh, it's pretty good. So he tells me a 30-minute story, and it's all about him. So, excuse me, I think the next day, hang on. The next day I talked to Loud One because Loud One and I were always busy doing stuff. And I finally catch up with Loud One. We're talking. And I said, hey, so the race car thing went good. And he goes, yeah, I raced 3 times. I won 2 out of the 3 races. And I'm like, Gen Z kid didn't say that. He just mentioned the one he won. He goes, he didn't tell you that I beat him the other 2 races? I go, no, he left that part out. He told me that he won the 8th fastest lap of the week. He goes, did he tell you I got first lap of the day? Like I was the fastest time of all the races of the entire day? I go, no, he left that part out too. So come to find out, he leaves out all this shit that Loud One did. And, Loud One's an old curmudgeon like me. And he just whooped his ass. And the kid's like, no, I don't know. I didn't just left all that out. He left all the shit out that happened where he came in second or lost. Didn't say one thing about Loud One rolling over everybody. He conveniently left that part out. I had to go back and go, so you left out a lot of details about the race. And the kid looks like, oh, they're just details, Dad. You don't want to hear about that. So he totally, by omission, just threw Loud One under the bus and left him there, backed it over him a few times. Now, I will tell you this. I started checking around on all the people that went to the Vegas Speedway. That was not one of the events I went to. It was just everybody got together and went. So I started talking, say, hey, how was this? Oh, it was great, 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 great. And they had the same stories about, the kid and Loud One and stuff like that. Do you know what else everybody had in common at the Speedway? Every person had a Josh Maddox ran into me story. Every person says, I was doing this and I had this, and then fucking Josh Maddox rear-ended me, fucking put me into the wall. Oh, that's too bad. They said, hey, did you go to the, you went, how'd your day? Oh, I took second place and I was racing against Loud One. And then fucking Josh Maddox clipped me and we both spun out. Oh, Josh again. Every person has a Josh ran into me story. Everyone. Not one person there. I think even Sammy Joe, who was admittedly, everyone was mad because she was racing and she's a girl and she was afraid to go fast. She was going really slow and everyone's like, making fun of her and teasing her because she's getting lapped by everybody. Even she got hit by Josh. She had a story. She goes, I don't know how he hit me, but all of a sudden we're both pointed the wrong direction on the track or something. I'm like, every single person. Does Josh know how to drive? Does he just not? He's one of those guys from like New York or New Jersey that never got a driver's license because everything was in walking distance. You took a cab everywhere. It was like it was first time behind the wheel. Like, holy shit, this is a real car. It's real gasoline, and I'm really driving it. I don't have my Nintendo steering wheel and my VR glasses on. No, Josh, you're actually going to have to go. So everybody had a Josh Maddox hit me story on. I wish the place would let you have a video of the day of the 2 hours they were there.
I think they do. We just haven't downloaded it.
I would love to clip that together and see all the shit that I would love to see all the times Josh ran into people and clip that together and put it to music. God bless America. I swear that'd be funny. Let me jump over here between the sheets. We'll get back to the cool stuff over here. Ace Jumpman gifted 5 Gen X Talks membership. That's a Ace Jumpman, no pun intended. Way to jumpstart people into their career in Gen X Talks. Gifted to Bo Nose, Sean for Notes, Alien Lawson, Rodrigo Zubia, and Wookie Wook. Man, Wookie Wook. The things you guys come up with and you're stoned out of your goddamn mind. A Phoenix Common Star, I'll raise one for Low Torque for an epic prank I pulled on you. I'm getting to that, you fuckers. I don't want to talk about that prank. I'm trying to avoid it. I'm trying to run out the clock. Angry Canadian, damn, finally caught this guy live. Will's wonders never cease. No. And today I'm being completely calm, too. So you get to see a crazy one at some point. Michelle Glass, nice to hear your voice and see you all. I'm in the hospital, can't breathe. So happy to be here. I need the distraction. Michelle, not sure what's ailing you, but we're all feeling for you, and you came to the right place. You came to the bottom of the Glass Nation where everybody loves you. Michelle's been around for so long. She is one of us, and you guys know that, too. Somebody should figure out what's going on with her in Discord or something so you can let me know. Paladrone Cornwell, howdy you all from Oregon. It's my first live stream, and I'm loving it. Vegas sounds like it was a blast. I haven't been in ages. Paladrone, where are you from in Oregon? Just out of curiosity, I really want to know. If he answers, someone tell me where he was from. Six Gun, $5 to answer your question. I like to look at lights and everything related to electricity wherever I go, but that's mostly because I'm an electrician. Yeah, Six Gun, we don't need another dude like Lion. Lion's a construction guy, and that motherfucker specializes in tile. So everywhere we go, before we can do anything, we got to hear 30 minutes on his critiquing of the tile and grout and if it's straight or if they should have started on that side of the room and ended on this side of the room because the tiles don't match up when the walls aren't straight. Then you got to listen to him bitch about framers who don't frame the walls straight. Then the tile doesn't match. And then the tile guy has to compensate for the framers. And then if there's water on the floor, then it's fucked because of the concrete guy didn't level the floor right. So the tile guys look bad. I mean, everywhere we fucking go, we got to listen to it. To some fucked up mess on tile. Every goddamn place. We don't need an electrician. We don't need one guy going, my turn. Now, the way these can lights are put in, they're not in a straight line. They should have attached them to the joist, not the runners. And I guarantee that's what you do. Fuck. You guys, I swear to Christ Almighty, there should be a limit on how much you guys could talk in one day. Attrition. Now, attrition is a bit of an enigma to me. $20. Sorry, I couldn't break away from the shop all weekend. Put this towards whiskey. Attrition showed up on comments somewhere, and I asked the kid, I said, kid, do you know who this is? There's a name over here, but now he's starting to show up, but I don't know who he is. And he's never really said anything, so I sent him on a mission to go circle the wagons and try to figure out who Attrition was. And maybe he's just a jabroni like the rest of us. I don't know. But the name and some of the things he was saying, and it caught my eye when I was going through comments. So welcome. Thanks for sticking around. You've been here for a bit now, buddy, but I'm still trying to figure it out. Paladrone Cornell, I'm in Coos Bay on the coast from Texas, though. Well, Paladrome, I spent some time in Bend. I'm sure you know where that is. Randy Smith, first time commenting. Been listening for a month now. I'm Gen X, born in 1970, January. My dad was born in 1940, and my grandma was born in 1917. I relate to you. Well, of that kind of history, yes, you do. Excuse me. Whiskey getting to me a little bit. Yes, you do get to me. You understand me. I promise you can relate. You're right there raised from the greatest generation, right down the line. Well done. I'm digging your heritage, and I just met you. David Black, I have the records. I was the only person to do 9 laps and had the fastest overall session speed time. Well, David Black has the records. He's got proof in the pudding, baby. As they say in the parlance of our times, show me the receipts. Glendor Snyder, new here, glad to be here. Glendor Snyder, thanks for stopping by. Loud one, I have Josh on video hitting me. I think everyone's got Josh hitting him. No question. Hi, Gen X Talks family. I've missed you all, and I've loved to see the pics from the adventures. They're coming. There's too many pictures. There's too many videos. King Worm 321, member for 3 months. Legion of X, missed Vegas. Lost my dog of 18 years.
Hold on. Josh just has a message about the go-karting. Hang on. Here it is.
Well, you're live. I didn't turn your mic off.
Oh, okay. Well, here it is.
Go ahead and read it.
It's Josh Maddox says, okay to all who are butthurt over a go-kart, kindly remove your helmet next time and I'll gladly avoid you on the track. Otherwise, suck it up, buttercups.
Oh, man. Josh, you just kept leaning into everybody.
Welcome to the family, Josh Maddox.
Welcome to the family, Josh. All right. Now, listen, I got to tell you, I don't know whether I can accurately describe the wedding and the wedding area and the party that happened afterwards, but it was a lot of fun. The lights were down low. The colored lights were going. The music was going. The bowling lanes was private. It was all ours. The food was there. It was a blast. And when I tell you that it looked like a family reunion, that's about as accurate as I can say it. And many, many people felt the same way. I remember stepping back and going, wow, nobody is staring at a plant in the corner. Nobody is pretending not to be lonely. And everybody was mixing and going around with every other group of people. There wasn't anybody.
Sweetheart, can you turn your volume up a little bit?
Yeah. There wasn't anybody.
There you go.
There wasn't anybody that was left out, that was left behind. There wasn't anybody that felt like they weren't part of things. It absolutely was one of the best feelings ever. Now, will I tell you all the shenanigans going on? I will not. There are some things that would be a breach of security, and we can't talk about that. But there's some things I can't share with you. And I know I'm going to get in trouble for this one a little bit, but Gen X Mom absolutely she was great about meeting with everybody. She went to every person in there, made sure she talked to everybody. She hugged everybody. She made sure everybody's having a good time. And then I went we had 2 girls that were hostesses, and if we had any needs that needed to be attended to, they took care of it. All right. So I went to one of them and I said, you got to put on the song really loud, ABC by the Jackson 5. I didn't have to go to Gen X Mom and go, let's see your moves, sweetheart. No, if you guys know anything about my wife, you put on the right music and her body just starts moving. She can't even stop it. And even in this video, because everybody was filming her from every angle, even in the video, she stops and goes, okay, that's enough. I'm done. Walks 3 steps and starts again. I'm not kidding. Let me show you this. Let me find it. No. I got it. And it comes with music, so if it doesn't play the music, I'm going to be pissed. Let's see, Last Supper, The Safe and Revenge, and we're looking good. Rick Moranis. Come on. I got it in here because there it is right there. All right. Now, let's see if we can hear this. I hope we can. ABC, why is there no focus? There's got to be something.
Let's do it one more time. There we go. That was fun. That's enough. Brian Simon goes, is Low Torque filming for his collection? LOL.
He was the other shots from a distance. who's in the background of those shots? It's Lotork standing right next to her. He's the one who got the close-ups.
Thanks, everyone, for all your comments. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
The whole thing was a lot of fun. That was just one aspect of it. But yeah, there's certain things you can do like that, and she takes off. She just literally takes off. I got so many things I was trying to.
It was a fun night.
It was a great night. It was so much fun. Gen Z Kid was in 3 different bowling games at once because everybody wanted to play with him. So he's running back and forth and he's shaking hands and taking pictures and bowling and doing stuff, and the music's going. It was a lot of fun. The whole weekend was great, but that in particular, that night with the wedding, and Josh Maddox played a couple songs live. He's a great musician with a great voice. We turned all the lights back up, we turned all the music off, and then let him have the spotlight on that. I'd never heard him sing before, and it was not a decision that was misplaced. I could assure you of that. It was really well worth it. Next year, if we do something like that, and God willing, he's still on staff, and we do another big one, I'm going to set aside some intro time. Let him play while everyone's coming in when the room's filling up. Let him have 30 minutes, just play whatever he wants. He would not disappoint. Not me and not you. You guys would love that. So. Where were we? There's no way I'm going to get to everything. In fact, you know what? Just to show Josh what a good guy I am, we'll get over here. See, not much out of here because I can't drink very much of it, but I'll pour a half one right there. Josh, welcome to staff. Thank you for playing your guitar. Thank you for not running away after you got introduced to all of us. We are a special ed bunch. We really are. And thanks for fitting in. Josh is a wonderful addition to the program here, wonderful addition to the staff. And I'm thankful for everything he did. And I'm really thankful that after he saw us that first night, he didn't just get on a plane and leave. So, Josh, this one's from you. This one's for you. Welcome to the staff at Gen X Talks. All right, so where was I? I had more lies, and you guys stopped me right in the middle of my lies. Kingworm321, member for 3 months. Legion of X, missed Vegas, lost my dog. We said that with some apologies. I just lost my dog recently also. So I'm with you, like within the last couple months. Michael Warren, you guys are great. Just want to let you know your wisdom is full approved, brother. Thank you very much, Michael. I appreciate you. He says he loves it. Loud one, $5. I need whoever filmed Chush singing to send it to me, please. There's got to be a couple. I mean, cameras were out when she was singing. Yeah, that was good. All right, so I kind of got through the stuff up there, so I got my book of lies to run to. You know what? Before I get to the book of lies.
Aren't you going to talk about Common Star getting you?
I'm trying not to.
I think it's something to say.
I'm really trying to run out the clock on that because I was such a fucking horse's ass.
That was awesome. I wish I was there.
Thank God you weren't there. That would have been, you'd have never let me live it down. All right, so let me go. Let me see here. There was some. Oh, this is a picture that I'm not super proud of. I have to zoom in on it so you can not leave me. You can't see me for a minute. But Gen X Mom took this picture and then posted it on Discord, I think. Her big gotcha moment. And she captioned it, "Caught the general looking at boobs."
Yes, I did.
I think it's a little bit of bullshit. You can kind of see that I had a drink in my hand. And there was Tiff and
Beautiful Disaster.
Well, they bent over right in front of me, and you could almost see Ren's, but through her dress anyway. So that was like a free boob shot. You got to be. My radar went off.
Busted.
my boob radar went off. How was I not supposed to see that? Okay, so this one is a Two Bear thing, and I want to tell you something about Two Bear before I show you. I want you guys to know Two Bear is our sergeant at arms here. I love the guy. He's a good friend. And his family has been sick. So he was going to not be able to participate in Las Vegas, even though he was in charge of security to making sure nobody fucked with me. He made sure his family was in place. I don't know what time he left, 3 or 4 in the morning. He drove all the way from Southern California, got to Vegas, stood there in the lobby of that hotel until we all got up in the morning and came downstairs. He went to all the events that day. He made sure that at the main event and at the special event, he did security. And we'll talk about some of that stuff later. He was very diligent, made sure that where I was sitting and had my back to the wall. He made sure there was one door locked, one door entrance, checked everybody that came in, was sizing people up in the main event area because there was hundreds of strangers around too, and just stayed on top of it. And then when the special event was over around 10 o'clock at night, he made sure that we were done and the mission was complete. He drove home all the way back to his family. He did a turnaround trip in Las Vegas in one day. Why? Because he wanted to fulfill his responsibilities of being where he was supposed to be. He didn't have to. We could have figured out. We told him, we'll miss you. We'll do. Nope. He showed up. We had a breakfast and we had a late lunch and we did the stuff and then there was some food. He was there for every bit of it. In fact, one of them, the guy picked up the check, believe it or not. When all of us were sitting at this one table, kind of a quasi-staff meeting, he picked up the check. Wasn't even participating in the whole event. And that's Two Bear's level of dedication. That man drove all the way up. You guys want to raise a glass to someone. You want to tell someone good job. You tell Two Bear who